Thank you, Madam Chair. I got a question for all the witnesses, and it is who makes the decision as to whether or not tickets are transferable? Sal, can we just start with you? And
Sure, thank you for that question. The event organizer is making that decision, so it's the artist, the sports team, the Broadway producer.
Right. Does everyone agree with that, Mr. Perez?
In our experience, it's the artists themselves. It's not even the event organizer. We've never issued non-transferable tickets that weren't the direct request of an artist.
All right, Ms. Burns, anybody disagree with this notion?
Yeah. I have a disagreement, actually. I think what's important in asking the question about transferability is the ticket transferable on any platform or transferable only within the platform of the primary issuer? I think there's a key distinction there. In the latter case, the primary issuer is actually making the choice to make that ticket non-transferable. Meaning if it can only be sold on that primary issuer's platform, then they are making the choice that it's non-transferable.
So how do you want to
Can I clarify that?
Yeah, sure.
That's not accurate. For a couple things. One is there are very few cases where transfer is restricted. We don't make that decision. We don't make that decision. There's only been a few since, and I just wanted to correct the record from the opening statement. Safe ticks does not equal non-transferable tickets. So yes, we have invested in digital tickets, but we've invested in that because we want to shut down the fraudulent ticket market. It does have the capability to restrict transfer. It has only been used in a couple of situations. Pearl Jam most recently, which I mentioned earlier, and just on this Monday, we ticketed the Kobe Bryant Memorial Service. And his wishes were to make sure that his family's wishes were to get those tickets well below face market prices and do that in a way that didn't create a secondary market. All of that money went to charities. So there are situations where restricted transfer is great for the consumer and it's great for the content owner.
All right, anybody else want to weigh in?
Yeah, I just interject that Connecticut has a very pro-consumer law, and it's the venue that ultimately has responsibility for the transfer of the ticket. So the venue is the bad actor if you can't transfer the ticket, not the promoter or anything. And Connecticut's law requires that you be able to transfer the ticket without giving any personally identifiable information to the venue to transfer the ticket, regardless if the venue is located in Connecticut or out of state.
All right. Mr. Fitz, you want to weigh in on that?
Yes, thank you. Transferability means competition, right? So marketplaces should have to compete with one another for that ticket on the resale marketplace. A ticket that's transferable means that different marketplaces can offer it and compete about services, compete over fees. The danger with Safe Ticket, which sounds like a nice product, but it has dangers that eventually that becomes a walled garden for only TicketMaster to operate. And that's the danger here. And that's why we need the BOSS Act to protect transferability.
Mm-hmm. Do any of you oppose electronic ticketing? This is a consumer, I kind of like that.
The only thing I oppose is when you mandate it. For example, with the CCPA, it was mandated that, look, you need a mobile phone, you need an app.
Right.
People came out that it was disenfranchising for people who didn't have it. Plus, a lot of the primaries came out that they gathered so much information from you, including your gender or change in gender, and they sold that information to marketers to help you market that. They gave you IP addresses of your customers. It's very much a concern with the military members. They also put in devices on those phones to track your location.
Who is doing this?
Both Access and Ticketmaster.
Do you want to respond?
So let me just clarify. Ticketmaster is not mandating the use of digital tickets. It's our job to create the technology. And let me give you some numbers. For the NFL, which was the first league to use safe ticks and digital ticketing at scale, there's some teams that have 95% digital tickets and there's some that have 25%. That is a team decision. That's not a Ticketmaster decision.
Okay. What about the information gathering and sale piece that he referenced?
Sorry, can you?
Everything from gender to IP addresses.
I can supply you all the documentation. I gave it to your committee, your staff members. It was on their website. It all came apart because of the California Consumer Protection Act, Privacy Act, and they're saying what information do you disclose? And the amount of information, if you want to transfer a ticket, is enormous. So you as a consumer, before you even buy a ticket, You pay a cost if you want to do mobile only and non-transferable. You have to give them so much information that they in turn sell to market.
I just want her to be able to, and I'm out of time, but can you just?
Sorry, that's not accurate. At least for Ticketmaster, I can't speak for other platforms. The only information you're providing is your name, your phone number, and your email address to be able to receive transfer. And we cannot do anything with that data. The only thing we can do is troubleshoot and fulfill that ticket. We can't mark it. So that's at least how we do it on our platform.
Thank you for letting me answer, Madam Chair. Thanks.
Gentlemen's time's expired. Chair now recognizes the chair of the Consumer Protection Subcommittee that will be considering the BOSS Act, Ms. Schakowsky.